everybody, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk, and thank you very much for joining me today. This is the card that I've been making today, and I bet you can tell what's inspired me. It was this painting, or this picture of a painting actually, and it is by a painter who I've always referred to as Van Gogh, but apparently it should be pronounced Van Gogh. So if you're Dutch, I hope I haven't mangled that one too much. Now, he's one of my favourite artists, and I think this is my very favourite painting, and I just wanted to pay tribute to it a little bit. And if you want to, stay with me and I will show you how I made the card. There's quite a bit of die cutting involved in this card, so I'm going to go over to the big shot and do it all in one marathon session. Just want to tell you which dies I'm using. First of all, I'm going to be using this one, and I'm going to cut about 3 of those out of Pacific Point, and I'm going to use my precision base plate. And when I put this through my big shot, I'm going to make sure that it's lined up with the rollers going this way, not that way, because that puts less stress on your die. And I will be using the precision base plate. I'm not sure whether I said that, but if I did, I've just said it again. I'm going to cut one of this die in So Saffron, and I'm going to cut a whole pile of these in So Saffron, Daffodil Delight, Crushed Curry, and Very Vanilla. I'm going to stamp the sentiment on the inside of the card before I start putting it together, and I'm using You Are a Fabulous Work of Art from that set, and basic black ink, basic black archival, and I'm inking it up, and as I'm doing it I'm giving it a little kind of a twist to make sure that it is thoroughly covered. And I'm just going to wipe that bit off my stamp there with my inky binky, just to make sure that I don't get unexpected results, because I am stamping direct onto the Whisper White card here. I am being so brave. Right, I'm open that up, out of the way, make sure that that is straight, make sure that everything's straight, and I want it kind of above centre. And be decisive, Keren. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and away. And that will do me. So I'm going to leave that on one side for the ink to dry thoroughly while I work on the front of the card. I'm back from my die cutting, and I'm going to maybe put a bit of sponging onto some of these pieces, probably not all of them. Certainly the Very Vanilla ones I think need to be taken down a bit. Oh, that one's gone flying across the room. I shall retrieve that in a moment. Oh, and I just want to point out these little pieces here. Now these are actually a bit of the waste when you cut these swirls out. It's a bit that fits in there, but for this project I thought they would work very well. Now I've got my So Saffron ink and my sponge, and I'm just going to do a little bit of sponging just around the edges of the Very Vanilla pieces, just to kind of tone them down a little bit, just to make them not quite so standy outy. Leaving the middles as they are. It's just the edges that I'm catching, so I'm going to go and get on with this, and I will come back to you in a little while. Okay, I couldn't resist it. I sponged all of these pieces, but of course you don't have to. It's entirely your choice. I want to say a couple of things. I want to talk about this little piece for a moment. Now I actually die cut this with a die from the Sliding Stars framelits, which I happen to have. But if you don't have that set, then you could just, with a circle punch, punch a circle. It looks to be about 1 3/8, I think. And then just take a bite out of it with the same punch, or you could even cut it freehand, or you could even leave it out. Okay, there are no stamping police. Okay, on the other side of this card, now I did think that in the background of my card I wanted some kind of like orby kind of structures, and I stamped them in Whisper White with this stamp, again from the Work of Art set. And then I went over it with the So Saffron because I wanted a kind of yellowy look, but it's not working for me. I didn't like it, so I'm not going to do that. But if you want to do that and it looks better for you, you go ahead and do that, okay? as I've said many times, there are no stamping police. So fortunately we have magic two-sided card, so I can work on this piece. Now they are fine, delicate pieces, and my normal way of dealing with them is to put the glue on the back of my hand, but I've got quite a lot of them to do today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread a nice pile of adhesive out onto my silicone mat. I have 2 silicone mats. I cannot recommend them highly enough. Okay, so this is going to be my first piece going down, so I'm going to plonk that right about there. Okay, and I'm going to have one edge flush with the edge of my card. Now there are little bits of adhesive showing, little bits of glue showing, but I'm not going to get obsessed about that, because you know what, it's all going to be covered up. So my next piece, and I think I may turn that here, so again into the adhesive on the mat, and I'm going to line up this edge this time. Just bring it down, and again, if it's appearing onto my background card, not a problem, okay, because nobody is going to notice that. And my third piece, I cut 3 of these in the end. Could have cut 4, could have cut 2, but I think 2 wouldn't have been enough. 4, well, maybe, possibly, would have been okay, but there we go. There are my swirly backgrounds. Okay, so the next piece I'm going to put in is the large piece that has the crescent moon in it. So it's a piece of, did this one in So Saffron, and actually get my tweezers, which I always forget to use, which is very naughty of me. Okay, so that's my centerpiece, and in the middle of it, let's have, should I have that colour? Something like that? No, let's have the lighter colour. So another piece of So Saffron. Or actually, shall I even have some of the Very Vanilla? Let's go with the Very Vanilla. Let's be a rebel. This is, using tweezers is so not me. Okay, you might want to make a note of this video to come back to later, because it's probably going to be the only time that you ever see me using tweezers. Oops. Okay, let's put that there. It's my moon. Ooh, I am liking this. Right, okay, this one's been sitting here for quite a while, so let's do something with it before it gets too comfortable where it is. Round about there, I think. And there's no science to this, okay? I mean, I had my Vincent van Hoof picture to give me a start, but there's no law. Okay, so this is the only one I have in crushed curry, so let me put that one down next. So where should we put that one? Okay, how about down there? And as you can see, when I stuck my pieces down, I had a few bits hanging over the edges. So I'm just going to take my scissors. Now, if you're not a fan of the eyeball charm on the end of my scissors, you better look away now. Because that charm, folks, is staying. It helps me find my scissors in the confusion that is my craft table. Okay, now the easiest way of doing this is to turn it over rather than do like I just did and try and chop it from the front. So anything that's kind of sticking over the side of the card, I'm just going to snip away. So all I need to do now is to apply this to my base card, and I want to make sure that I've got it the right way up, because otherwise that would be very silly. And again, I could use tape, I could use fast fuse, but since I've already got my my liquid adhesive out, I will use that. Okay, and I'm just lining that up onto the front of the card, and there you go. And there is the finished card, and I'm really pleased with the way that came out. I think that would be a great card to send to almost anybody for almost any occasion. It's very gender neutral, it's very age neutral. And that is it for today, and thank you very, very much for joining me. And if you like this video, then don't forget to click the like button, or even to subscribe to the channel. I will be posting more soon. And if you want to hop on over to my Facebook page, details are below this video, and leave me a picture of what you've been up to, or a picture of your crafty helper. I would really like to see it, because Misty hasn't joined me today. She's not speaking to me. We took her to the vets for her routine injections yesterday, so she's not pleased with us. So she's hiding out, she's not around. But that is it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope that I will see you again soon. Bye bye.